My name is Uriel Orlow. I'm a visual artist and my practice is research-based and process-oriented, which means I usually spend a period of time working on a project in a particular place, exploring a context, a history, a landscape, working with different communities. Also, my work exists in different forms, as installation, as films, photography, sound, drawing, and spatial elements. Plants have been part of my practice for quite a while. I've been interested in thinking about plants as political agents or actors in history, not just as a backdrop, as a kind of surrounding, but also as active participants in our life. Thinking about how we interact with plants, but also how plants have shaped our history as humans. And more recently I've been starting to think, I guess, in relation to the future, how plants can teach us also things, what plants know that maybe we don't know, how plants do things, and what we can learn from plants or the forest. So the project I developed here in South Tyrol with BAU started really with a particular site in Zurich, where there are fossilized trees or parts of trees from 280 million years ago. What's interesting about this place is that it emerged after an ice age, and the forest was there during a time of climate change, where the climate was warming. So in a sense we can see in the past what might happen in the future when the climate is warming as it is now and is getting drier. So I was interested in thinking about the deep past and what it can teach us about the future. At the same time I also got interested in a forest kindergarten in Paschins, also in the mountains, where kids are living actively with the forest every day, have a very close relationship with the forest. And so I was working with the kids, filming the kids, and sort of seeing how they interact with the forest, what they've learned from the forest, how they live in a sort of symbiotic way with the forest and with the trees. And I was also working with a research group at EURAC who are doing climate modeling in relation to the forest here in South Tyrol, trying to figure out how the forest is changing over time through climate change, through the warming climate. And these things have all converged and are becoming a film. Which brings these different research strands and experiences together. There are two things that struck me here. One is the topology of the caldera, the kind of remnant of the supervolcano that was here, that created the fertile land, that created the structure of the mountains and the valley in the middle, which is part of the story I'm also thinking about. And the second aspect was the forests that are very present all around the caldera. And yeah, I was sort of interested, I suppose, also in how these forests and these trees, in a sense, are sort of a vehicle to travel through time and to think about what the forests looked like before, what happened to them, and what might happen to them in the future.